okay, we'll get through this. Fast forward now, we'll get through this.
We are going to get through this. Hey, everybody, welcome. My name is Jeremy.
Bridget.
That's my wife.
Hi, it's my husband.
It is your husband. You're right. Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I feel like crap.
Okay, now I just want to ask you, why is your mic all of a sudden right in front of you? Like, usually we have the mic over here so people can see our faces.
Because I'm having a day.
Tell me
having a day.
Tell me about that day.
I am just, I feel like women have to have this like persona where we're always going to be dolled up and have our hair done and do all of the things. I'm not saying, well, you wouldn't know, you're a man, but I feel like for women, we have to have this persona. And I'm like, listen, it is not a day I want to be dolled up. It is not a day I want to be, I don't know. I just want to have a lazy day. It's been a very nice lazy day.
It's been a great lazy day.
It's been a great lazy day. And I appreciate lazy days like that.
On top of that, our cold piece here at Florida has finally blown over. It was close to 80 degrees, which was nice today. And I'm not trying to rub it in to my northerly neighbors. I'm just saying. So
warm weather.
There are a couple rules that we have in the studio here. And this one right here, for some weird reason, she likes to break the rules every time.
Well, I never helped make the rules.
No,
so
I made the rules.
I feel like I don't have to abide by them.
That's crap. Well, why don't, you brought it in here. I don't like you bringing food in here, but it's in here, so you might as well say something about it.
Okay, so being from Minnesota and really like cold environments where you can't always go outside and have a bonfire. I mean, I guess you could, but if it's like -50, sometimes you don't want to, right? Well, we don't have a bonfire pit here. So I told our daughters that we were going to have a pizza and movie night with s'mores. And we roasted the marshmallows on the kitchen stove.
Yeah.
Not in the microwave, on the kitchen stove. So you can actually, you see there's like golden. It's golden. Like it's a golden. I'm really impressed. And the cool thing is, if you go to our social media stuff, I'll be posting about this because I was like 2 forks and 2 marshmallows in one hand. And I was like, this is really impressive. But you know what my husband said? Not, hey, honey, it's Valentine's Day. Sure, I'll appease you for this. He said, I don't want one. And I was like, that's really rude. So now I had to eat 2.
Why do I? So that's not that. There once again, it's semi-truth. Okay,
it's not true.
Let's talk about real truth
throw
now.
Him under the bus, okay?
Okay. So the real truth was, I told her, "Happy Valentine's Day, honey. We can go to wherever you want to go today." She likes Indian food. I'm not a fan of Indian food or seafood, but I'll appease her. I'll shut up and I'll just go, and because I know she likes it. That's what love is about. That's what the relationship's all about, is I'm willing to do that. And she didn't want to do that. She wanted to stay at home. But with that being said, special thanks to our friend Chris, the owner at Carboni's Frozen in Minnesota. He didn't set us up, but we made a deal, and he sent us 12 Carboni's pizzas.
So while I was traveling this week, my husband was sending me pictures of the frozen pizza in the freezer. And he says he's nice. He's not nice. I'm just saying. Anyways,
I didn't eat any though.
No,
I promised you I wouldn't eat it. So
and it was really good. So Carboni's is a pizza place back in Minnesota. I don't think they have them anywhere
Wisconsin,
else.
Minnesota.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was very Minnesotan. I just heard your
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But we love that pizza and we miss it. I'm actually going to Minnesota tomorrow for the next week to work on some things for work. But to be very fair, I appreciated not having to go anywhere today and having a lazy day. We cleaned for a few hours and then we had a lazy day and it was just glorious. And sometimes like that's all you really need, right? Like I don't need to be fancy and go anywhere because I'll be honest, I have to go places all the time. Yeah. It's been a long travel few weeks and I'm really kind of feeling it. So I didn't want to go anywhere. So thank you for not making me go anywhere.
Yeah. That's 100% fine. She leaves tomorrow. I think we might meet up with your brother, the one who does our dad jokes. He's here in Florida, so I might catch up with him at Disney Springs. I don't know.
He gets to see my brother without me.
I do love your brother. Anyway, So we have some items that we'd like to cover before we roll right into the Suki Lopez interview.
Yeah.
First one is that we want to talk a little bit about the website again. If you haven't visited the website, check it out, passforwardnow.com. I've upgraded it even just a little bit more because now as we're getting into the months, we're talking to more of our guests. So at the very top bar, you're going to see our guests. Click on that, read a little bit more about Billy West. I'd encourage you to take a look at his book. It goes on sale, or it's released on sale in July 14th. I got it this time. But you can pre-order it right now. The guy is as humble as apple pie, and that's what I love about promoting him. Secondly, Suki Lopez, she's got a lot going on. I'm going to put her Instagram and her website on our website so you can take a look at some of the behind the scenes of what she's got moving and grooving too. What else do we? Oh, hack of the month.
Hack of the month.
Don't forget about the hack of the month, you guys. It's just for this month. I think what I might end up doing is eventually moving the hack of the month to its own page.
Yeah.
So you can see all of the hacks that we're talking about. But in this one, it's upside, save on gas, save on groceries. It's back, actually money back, where we are now at $250 that we can use towards cash back to our bank, or we can use it towards a gift card like at Target. Who doesn't shop at Target?
The people that shop at Walmart. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. I shop at both of them, to be very honest.
My bad.
I don't mind them, but
my bad.
We also wanted to talk real quick about Dubby.
Yeah.
So we have a couple different things while he's been updating the website. I think it's important, just go check it out. Dubby is posted on there. We talked about that one. It's energy drink, hydration drink. Supposed to be very clean ingredients. We've been using that here at home. So go on there. The code for 10% off is there. And then again, just to kind of piggyback off what he was saying about the guests, I think it's really cool. You know, the guests are coming on here. They're not getting paid for their time on here. They're really coming in and volunteering their time to talk about what's going on and try to give, you know, the viewers of Pass Forward Now just some insight into their life, things they've done. So definitely check them out and make sure you like and subscribe, follow them, do what you have to do.
I hope you don't mind me jumping in here. One of the biggest reasons they're joining us is because they see our mission. We're not alone. We're in this together. We're on a mission of love, you guys. We're united. I could go on and on about that, and I think I will go on and on about that at another time. But for right now, I teased something that you and I were going to do, or are going to do. I'm not going to say where, because we're going to do it. And part of that tease was we're getting out of this studio. Where are we going, Bridget?
We're going to MegaCon.
Okay.
So I was really not sure what to expect the first time I went. And Jeremy has always kind of brought his nerdiness into my life and my world. I've always been like a goofball, but he's brought a lot of the nerdiness into my life since we've been together. And so the first time we went to MegaCon, I was like, what do I do? And he's like, do we dress up? And I was like, please don't make me do that. Like, I just need to figure out what this is. And so we brought the youngest two girls. They really had a good time, you know, attending and watching people. But this time around.
Well, this is our third time.
Yeah, this is our third time. We're getting more comfortable. I'm getting more comfortable.
Yeah.
And we are going to hopefully just get a little teasers from some of the people that are there. We're going to step out. Pass Forward Now is going to, you know, get out a little bit more. I say this, I get out a lot. My husband doesn't really get out a lot.
Not anymore. I'm done. I'm done traveling.
Yeah, he's done traveling for work. But that being said, I think it's going to be something different. You know, we may see some of our maybe future guests there. And I don't know. So I'm excited to see what this looks like. I think it's been entertaining. So our youngest was able to get an autograph and a picture the last time we went. So, you know, we're kind of teaching them. I say he's teaching them the nerdy ways of certain things. And I think it's really cool. So to be fair, it was my idea to go, hey, do we want to interview people? But now I kind of was like, I don't know if I want to do this.
Yeah, and
So
here's
we'll see.
here's the thing. If you would, and I was thinking about that dynamic. If you just want to hold the camera and I'll do the interviewing, that's fine. If you want to do the interviewing and I'm holding the camera, that's fine. We can see what it looks like if the girls hold the camera and we do the interviewing. But here's our thing, you guys. We need your help. Who would you like to see us interview? You can go to megacon.com. It's in Orlando. It's at the middle towards the end of next month in March.
Yeah.
So you have time to email us your ideas. Now we can interview some people that are in cosplay, some really cool, fun people in cosplay. If there is an artist, if there's an entertainer, we might be able to do that as well.
Don't know if we'll be able to do that as much just because I don't know if anybody hasn't been to an event like this. Some of the really like famous people, they sit behind their desk and they're really kind of locked off. So we'll see if we can get,
it's closed curtains.
yeah, we'll see if
some
we
of
can
them.
get access
Yeah.
to that. I think it's going to be fun though. It'll be interesting to do that. So Jeremy wants to get some little tchotchkes.
I do.
So I'd really be curious what everybody likes for tchotchkes because I go here and I go to a lot of trade shows and I'm like,
Well,
I
that's
get
one of them.
home if I take anything. This is our work stuff though.
Yeah.
If I take anything home, I'm always like, I don't want it. I don't want
Yeah.
this stuff everywhere.
Crap.
There are a few things that I'll bring back for the kids
Sure.
and they like them, but I think they've kind of hit their limit. So I'd really like to know what's worthwhile for everybody. Like I like pens just because I use them all the time. Like I know technology has been huge, but I still like pen and paper.
Yeah. So
By the way, this was how I'm doing this so you
Oh my
can't see my
gosh.
face.
my idea, because we're past forward now, was getting a stress ball. You know, we're stressed. We need to let go. Let it go. That doesn't look right. Sorry. If you're not watching the YouTube presentation and you're listening to the podcast on Apple, I'm not even going to say what I was doing. Anyway, okay. So
again, pens, stress balls. I don't know. I do think I want a hat so I can advertise past forward. Now I love hats. I'm a hat person.
I know.
I'm a shirt person.
Yeah. No, I saw
Well,
some
with
shirts too.
Yeah, so we'll get a couple things, and I don't know. We'll do something fun with it. Maybe we'll do a giveaway or something. That'd be really fun.
What should be our giveaway?
Our hats
Oh
and
my gosh.
shirts.
Okay.
Because that's cute.
Oh,
I do like
yay. I get a
hats.
hat and a shirt.
No, you don't get anything.
Maybe a $5 coupon or gift card.
So real quick, do you want to talk a little bit about your guest?
About my guest? It's not my guest. It's our guest.
Okay,
Come
your
on
interview.
now.
I'm sorry.
The
your
interview. Oh, the interview. Right. Right. Did you notice I shaved?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm trying to clean up. Trying to look good for y'all. Suki Lopez. We have her on the show. I'm so excited to have her. Very nostalgic with the whole Sesame Street things, but she brings a lot of history into this conversation, which
Very cool.
was gorgeous. It was so beautiful to better understand her roots.
Yeah, her
and
family story is amazing.
and-
I mean, that's impactful. That's powerful.
Well, I'll share my little quick story for you. I was adopted from the country of Colombia. I love my mom and dad, who my mom and dad are right now, but I don't have that family history. So when she's able to go into her culture and talk about her family history, it kind of makes me wonder, I wonder what mine look like. I'm so thankful that I'm here, and I love Mike and Donna. I couldn't ask for two better parents ever. But she's got such an amazing story. And again, this is just one of those stories that could potentially be a movie. It really could.
I think her life story could definitely be a movie.
Her family,
Yeah,
and hers, and how she
Yeah.
grew up, where she
absolutely.
grew up, and she
think
made
that-
something of herself.
Right.
And
Well, I
it's
think there are a
awesome.
lot of stories, especially in like Miami area, of people coming from
Sure.
Cuba and like going into Miami and like the stories about what that happens. And I'm sure some people don't even know their stories from that area, right?
Yeah.
Like just like you don't know your story. But real quick, you didn't tell me I have marshmallow on my face. Like I feel it.
Well, you were looking good with marshmallow on your face.
I love this. Listen, I am a different human at home than I am anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like half the time I'm like, oh, I don't know. I just gotta live with it. There's
Well,
food on my face.
We just don't care
No.
when you're at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well,
Anyways,
you're not here to watch us or listen to us. You're here to see the experience of Suki Lopez and hear her story. So without further ado, will you please welcome our dear friend, Suki Lopez, right here on Pass Forward Now. What blows my mind is that I see people coming and going in the industry all over the place, especially with Sesame Street. And we'll talk a little bit about Sesame Street in a little bit, but you've been there for a decade.
Mm-hmm.
That is nuts. What are I don't want to try to age you or anything, but that really does. When you take that into perspective, look at how much has changed in our life in 10 years.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that, if you don't mind. What has changed? And just to give our audience a little background, you and we met maybe 9 years ago, 10 years ago, as you were starting this adventure with Sesame Street.
Yeah. I was like a graphic designer. I was living in New York. I was working in like the headquarters of a restaurant group. I was in a whole other life. I was finishing my degree. Like so many things have changed. Now I have a family. I live in Miami.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm running a dance studio that has 2 locations.
I heard about that. So now that dance studio that you're currently at, is that the dance studio that you started at a young age?
Yes.
That is wild.
I grew up dancing there. It was my mom who started it.
Okay.
Almost 40 years now, almost. Yeah. So I kind of like in the back of my head, I kind of always knew that I was going to end up running it. So I was like, okay, I was kind of back pocketing all of my experiences. I'm like, I want to be able to bring this back. So in the back of my mind, I was like, one day I'm going to end up there and I want to be able to like pass on all of this, knowledge and experience that I've been grabbing along the way. And the most amazing part is that I get to do it while I'm still working. Like I'm still doing, episodes, like new episodes every season. So that's amazing to still have that opportunity and for them to be able to see me in the Macy's parade and things like that, where it's cool. It's cool.
That is beyond cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you just sprouted out a bunch of different branches of questions that I want to ask. My daughter, who's going to be asking you some questions later on, she is a huge fan of pentatonic. Oh my gosh. So when we saw that you were in that parade, it was just like, oh my gosh. So here's Sesame Street, there's Suki, oh my gosh.
That was such a cool, crazy hybrid moment for me because I was in the parade as like Nina from Sesame Street, but I also choreographed a number for my students. And we got my students to perform with the Pentatonics in the Macy's parade. So I auditioned them for like, the creative team and the production team at Macy's. And I was like, look, listen, I have these dancers. We would love to be a part of the parade. Like, what do we need to do? How do I audition? Like, and then, so they're like, yeah, send us videos or whatever. And so I literally auditioned them. I set a little piece for them kind of in the vibe, like holiday vibe. Yeah. And they set us up. We didn't know who we were going to be set up with. We had no idea until like maybe October who we were going to be with. And we had like maybe 10 rehearsals to put it together. Okay. And like, it was rapid fire. So I had to get these kids, 30 kids learned this choreography that we didn't have a song to like, literally a month before. And they nailed it. They killed it. They did a great job. And it was a surreal moment to be able to like literally bring them with me to one of these experiences that I think is like such a cool communal moment that like these kinds of big events that bring us together, it doesn't always happen anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean, like they're rarer and rarer as we get more digital. So having this moment where you feel the energy of thousands and thousands of people and they're so excited and so happy to be there. And so many cool people that you get to work with along the way and just, showing them what a real production experience is like and how it works and how you put it together and how much time you really have and what is expected. So I thought it was an amazing learning opportunity for the ones that got to do it. It was an amazing opportunity for me to get to choreograph, which is another like creative outlet that I have that I love to do. To be able to work with the Pentatonics. Like obviously we only got to meet them that day, but it was such a cool experience. And then literally to have them like to have me here and then like them 2 floats or 3 floats behind me in the parade was really cool.
That's so sweet. I did see I remember seeing the video. I remember seeing most recently, I took a look at the pictures, and you guys are so cute in your little sweatshirts. And that's one thing that also I have to commend you for, because you're not only teaching these students here and I'm assuming it was here in Florida, but now you're bringing them to the Arctic, New York, which is like, some of them have probably never experienced that wicked cold. And let me ask you, I'm sure every time you go to New York when it's blistery cold, you kind of have this memory. I'm from Minnesota, so I definitely remember those cold days. What was it like? What were the students' initial reactions when they got off the plane and they experienced that chill?
Oh my God. I mean, they were like, ugh. They're like, I feel like it's like the nerves and the cold like combine in those moments. It's like, oh boy, here we go. I literally had to tell them, I was like, no, okay, we're getting hand warmers. We're getting feet warmers. I was like, everybody needs to purchase these Uniqlo sub layers of like the heat tech sub layers of clothing. Yeah. So, and I was like, and you all need to wear this many layers. Like, so I was like, it's heat tech, turtleneck, sweater. And I was like, that is the minimum you need to have on. And you need to have on a pair of heat tech, like hot, hot Jimmy or whatever they're called underneath. Because you're going to freeze. And then half of them were like, no, I'm fine with jeans. And I was like, afterwards, they're like, so cold. And I was like, of course you are. I told you. Yeah. And it's not just that it's cold. It's that you're in the cold for an extended period of time. It's like, when you're going skiing, like if you're going to be out all day, you need to make sure that you have the layers to support you throughout the thing. And the route, you have to get there at like 5 a.m, like super early. Jeez. And then you're waiting outside for hours until it starts, because it starts at like 9, right? Or like maybe you start walking at like 8:30. And then it's all the way through until you get to Macy's. You're walking from 80 something all the way down to 35th Street or 34th Street. So it's like, you better be nice and cozy because it's a while.
Right. There's a lot of energy happening there.
Yes. Yes. So the thing is you're moving and you're keeping it, but
that vibe. I can only imagine the vibe that's happening.
Oh, it's so fun. It's so fun. And the smiles, there's just so many smiles. And then there's like people peeking out of windows. And like my favorite thing is to like find the random places that people found to watch it from, like on top of the Chick-fil-A, like the level, like people that have businesses or like random like little stores that like can get their family into the store and like into that like storage zone that has a window. So it's and like office buildings and like everybody. And if you have that prime real estate, there are people shoved into those windows. It's crazy.
I bet. And you're only making it personal for them when you do that.
Yeah.
Which is even more real.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like, hi.
Well, so you started performing as a child in some Spanish language commercials.
Yes.
I think Chevy, Sony, others. What pushed you? What drove you? How did you get into that? How old were you too when you jumped into that?
Like 5 or 6. I was young. I honestly don't even know how I got into it. My mom, I guess, is the one that had us like in the modeling stuff. And I think it went through that avenue. So she like got us an agent and we had like the little pictures for little like brands, clothing brands and things like that. So yeah, but I didn't realize I was going out for like some big commercials when I was little. I had no idea, not a clue. I was just like, I thought it was just some, fun thing I was doing. Right.
This is life. This is normal.
Yeah, this is fun.
So not a big deal.
Yeah, I really didn't recognize that it was a thing. I was like, okay, I'm taking some pictures here in a fun outfit. I'm like, I remember like a tea party shoot, and it was like a fancy, like they had like these huge dresses. It was like communion dresses and like big fancy like wedding, like flower girl dresses. And there was like, and I was like, you had to be under the table and reaching for like a teacup or whatever. And I was just like, this is fun. I feel like I'm in Alice in Wonderland.
Wow. So, I mean, that blows my mind just thinking about you really truly have been in this industry since you were wee.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of in and outs though.
Okay.
Like that happened for, I think it was until I was like 7 or 8. And then after that, you start losing teeth. Nobody wants pictures of like, so you go dormant for a little bit there and so I did it up until 7 or 8, and I did some big commercials, and I like literally I was flown first class to Denver to do this
Wow.
commercial, and I had lines in Spanish, and I was like, oh, cool. Huh. Okay. But yeah, again, did not realize that it was cool, important thing. And then, yeah, so after that, I didn't really work professionally for a while until I was an adult.
Okay.
Again, I never
In
got
the
back.
industry.
Yeah, in the industry.
Okay.
I didn't work professionally in the industry until I was an adult, because I was focused on my training. I was focused on dance. I was focused mostly on dance. And then, I was singing also. I was
Okay.
I was in the choir at school, and I was like doing stuff. I just hadn't figured out that I could do it at the same time. I was like, oh, okay.
It's teaching you how many branches you can actually branch off to
Yeah,
little by little.
Yeah. And I think that's important. I think people need time to hone their skills and figure out what it is that they do well, because eventually I've found that it's in the overlaps, like the successes in the overlaps, and how well you can do things in like niche things that somebody else can't do.
Right.
Because I have this expertise and this expertise, and like right here in the middle, nobody knows how to do this.
And that's it. That's it. When you can find that. And I think that's what a lot of us are doing nowadays, especially, is how can I fit into this world? Where do I fit in? I mean, AI is it's crazy how fast AI is taking off and what AI is even capable of doing. Not saying I haven't used AI. I absolutely have used AI.
And I think
it's a great resource.
That's the future, is like, how do we use this to our benefit and not to our detriment,
Yes.
And how, like, so right now I'm actually writing a book. I'm writing a book. And
oh my gosh, cool.
I have several things like in my pipeline, but I've been kind of like putting feelers out to agents and see if I can get it, to an editor, publishing house. But I'm writing like a goals journal for kids.
It's good for you.
For like that young YA, essentially the group that I teach, because I'm seeing a lot of things that are happening in that space. And I think I wanted to create a tool for them to give them space to sit with their own thoughts and their own desires and their own dreams, and put it on paper and act on it. I think that their time is so overwhelmed right now. Like, it's overscheduled. It's so focused on what we want you to do rather than what I want to do.
Yeah.
And also, like, they're fighting for their own attention with with phones and with the internet, with Snapchat, with however all of their socializing outside of anything physical, outside of anything physical that's been scheduled for them is on digital.
Yeah.
It's a digital medium. So they're literally stuck in this, and they never have time to sit with their own thoughts. And I struggle too to sit with my own thoughts. So if I'm not actively, doing something, writing something, it's difficult. And so I can only imagine that these kids are struggling to do that. And if they don't have that space to do that, then they don't discover what it is that they truly want for themselves. So that's what I'm trying to do with this journal. It's like, it's got prompts and things that will guide them through that process and guide them to kind of make those realizations for themselves.
Sure. Good for you. Yeah, that is one thing. My wife and I have 5 kids ourselves, and we look back on what yeah, right? 5 blessings. We look back at when we were children, and we didn't have access to this. We just didn't. We had to actually go to the library, physically go there. Do you remember going to the rental stores to get a movie? Blockbuster. We had Mr. Movie in Minnesota. I mean, what a different world. And I think that's where a lot of the peer pressure comes into place that you're talking a little bit about, because everything is available right here at their fingertips, which can be good, and that's what we as parents, and I definitely am going to applaud you here for that initiation of figuring out or seeing that our kids need help zoning in on who I am and not who you are.
And
It's
not
good.
who
It's
you want me to be.
right. Yep.
Like I see what and the perception of they're so focused on the perception of me rather than who I really am. So because everything that is around them is about looking at the perception rather than truly digging deeper and understanding the real root, the real person underneath. So yeah, I think I see that in a lot of ways in a lot of people, and it's, I mean, I see it in adults too.
Oh
but
yeah, sure.
but I just feel like I have this like understanding of how to speak to a certain age level that is more unique, and so I'm going with that again.
Good for
That
you.
space in between.
That's your niche.
That's
That's your
space in
niche.
between.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, right,
beautiful. I get it. We tell our girls the beauty is found here. It's not in the makeup.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
It's here. We find our beauty here. And when we can bring our beauty out, cool. We can accent a little bit here, maybe a little bit here, whatever. But the beauty is always here. You're the one who creates the beauty in this world, not the makeup.
The same way we're like, oh my God, AI. It's like, okay, yeah, we're using it, you know, to help us to highlight things, but it's not the end all be all. And it's the same with makeup. You're using it to highlight, you're using it to, you know, make things better, but it's not it's not the answer. It's not the end all be all.
Amen. You're preaching, my dear friend. You are preaching. So I'm gonna bring the conversation back a little bit. You said you did some singing.
I did.
So just doing a little creeping on you, if you may. You were in the West Side Story.
I was on tour.
Oh Story. My gosh! And you were understudy for Anita, and you were was it Consuela?
Yeah, Consuela.
Okay. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
When I think of a play, it's something that's immersive, especially in our culture. Oh my gosh! Like that. One of my favorite recording artists, and this has nothing to do with the Latin area, is Phil Collins. Oh. But when he covered Somewhere,
God, that's a beautiful song.
Oh my gosh, it just brought chills to my body. Just the play as a whole was an amazing play. It was one of my first plays that I was brought to show what a play really was in Broadway. I'm like, this is cool. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Tell me about the experience.
I mean, okay, so like similar to you, like West Side Story was like the top for me. It's like, if I ever get to do West Side Story, I am set. Like, I'm good. I've done what I need to do. So the fact that that was the tour that I booked, I was like, I'm good. Like, I'm done. I did what I needed to do. And for me, it's the fact that it's rooted in such a classic story, and it is Romeo and Juliet set in what was present day.
Sure.
And then you're layering so many nuances on top that are so like still to this day valid and have many points that we can make. So like, you know, you have the Sharks and the Jets, you know, that are of two different backgrounds. You know, the Jets were like American but like Italian at the time, you know, technically. And then you had the Sharks that were Puerto Rican, and they were at each other's throats. And then you have that love story in between of like falling in love with the opposite side, and like why can't love? Why do we have to be against each other? Why can't we love whoever we want to love?
Amen, sister.
That story, the loving whoever you want to love, it's classic, and it's still a problem apparently.
Absolutely.
And so, unfortunately, and I think that's the beauty of art, is that like it can teach us lessons and through these stories, and it can apply to so many different things and so many different problems. So yeah, I love, for me, that's what's important, is when the audience walks away thinking about the story and thinking about the lessons that the story is trying to bring home.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I loved that I got to be a part of that. I loved that the version of it that I did was the revival version. So they had put Spanish into it. So some of
Oh,
my
cool.
lines were in English and some of my lines were in Spanish.
Okay.
So that was really cool. I was the one that was helping everybody with their Spanish. I think that was the good karma because I was helping people that were up against me for the same roles.
Yeah.
They're Spanish.
Sure. Right.
Whatever. It's good karma. You guys, if you're gonna audition for this, if you book it, you need to say
Get it right. You get it right.
I'm gonna help you because I do not want anybody saying these words wrong.
Hombre, not hombre.
Yeah. So I was helping people in the audition room with their Spanish before they went in for the callbacks. And yeah, so it was, and also as a dancer, I need to definitely hark on this. Jerome Robbins is, for me, holy smokes, because my roots are in ballet. I loved ballet. I went to Joffrey in the summers. I went to the rock school. I went to ABT. Like I was a ballerina. I was a Trina. Like in the industry, like for Broadway's purposes, we call each other like, are you a dancer or a dancer or a dancer?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Different
like
levels of dancer.
Kind of a joke. It's kind of a joke. Yeah. Like, cause there are some people on Broadway that are like, I'm a dancer, but like, I'm not a dancer. Like, and it's when there's extra dancers in there, you know what that background means.
Sure.
Like, I danced a little bit, like, and then I went away and came back.
Okay.
And whatever. Like
Right.
I have training, but I wasn't gunning for a ballet company when I was, little. So, but for me, it's not that I was gunning for a ballet company, but my mom was with Miami City Ballet. She was like the founding company of Miami City Ballet. So yeah, I grew up as a ballerina's daughter in a dance studio my whole life. And I truly loved ballet. I loved everything about it. I think now it's because I have ADHD. I found out as an adult that I have ADHD.
Wow.
And I think that ballet gave me the structure that I needed in my life without me knowing. And I really relied on that structure. Because if I didn't have something to do, then my time blindness would just run away, and I wouldn't get things done. But because I knew, I was like, I have dance, so I have to do my homework now. And then I have my dance classes and then I go home, and it gave me that routine and that structure that I needed. And also ballet gave me that, expression, expression and also like moving my body. Cause I'm, you're stuck in a seat all day. So then in the afternoons, I would just be in my body and be present. And it's one of those things that you have to be so present in that moment to do correctly. You have to be so aware. And obviously I did other things too. I didn't just do ballet. I did like jazz and tap, and I did everything because I was at the studio all the time. Which I'm also a big like advocate of like be as versatile as you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the ballet part, Jerome Robbins was like, he started New York City Ballet. So, I mean,
amazing.
As somebody who went through these programs, I was educated on the history of dance, which I'm also a history buff. I love I love knowing why, the background of like, how did it get to where we are now? So I loved, and also in college, since I studied musical theater, part of that was like musical theater history and dance or whatever, dance history. So I learned about like Agnes DeMille and the first people that brought dance into the Broadway and the musical field. Agnes DeMille was one of the first people to do that. And she used ballet as the storytelling feature that would move the plot forward rather than just be a dance number.
Yep.
So she was like one of the first people. And then Jerome Robbins was like her protege. So he took what he learned from her, put it in West Side Story, used the dance fights as like the whole first scene there's no words. It's just dance.
Sure.
You're learning about all the characters and all of their beef from movement. So like
real.
Yeah. And it's and you're learning like you just it sets the tone. It shows you who these people are. And then all of the dances moving forward have so much tension and so much, and then when they get to celebrate on their own or get to have their own moments, like America on its own is such a fun number. Oh my God, I love it. And that like doing America was like of all, like, as like, if I could to dance anything in my entire life, it's America, and I'm good. Like, and I did. And there were times where I fell on my face because I was tired, and my knee came out on me, but it was fine. I got back up and I kept going. But yeah, and then I'm like literally in the back doing cool, like with, like, because I was like, oh, I love this number. I loved everything about it. I loved the music, like Leonard Bernstein and like Sondheim lyrics. Like, this was Sondheim's first show doing lyrics on, and he hated it.
Really?
He hated the lyrics that he wrote for the show. He thought he did it all wrong, and especially for Somewhere.
No,
Yes.
really?
Yes, because the operative word, the highest note should have been the most important word, and it wasn't, and he was pissed off about it. So
Interesting.
There's a place for us. He was like, why are you highlighting that's not important.
That's an important word.
Right. And I was like, what do you mean it's a beautiful song? It's a beautiful song, beautiful lyrics. What do you mean? But like later on, you find out that he totally, and I Feel Pretty, he thought was one of his worst.
It is so amazing how they critique themselves.
I Feel Pretty is like,
yeah.
Everybody knows that song. They use it in commercials now.
Well, you drop these song titles and it just starts living in my head. It's like an earworm all over again. And when you get earworm, you know it was great.
It's great. But yeah, the fact that like, it's like, you know, it was like one of his first, and he was like not super proud of it.
Yeah.
And it's a legend.
Right.
I just think everybody that worked on that show was a legend, and it did so much. And there's a reason it's still around, and it still holds so much, you know, power and holds such a strong place in theater history and in general. And like why it's been remade, like they remade it recently, and it's, you know, it's just epic on so many levels.
And I agree with you 100%. It does translate in today's culture and what's going on, especially today.
Yeah.
I hate the barriers. I hate the walls that are built. Let's tear those down. Where William Shakespeare said it best is, if you prick me, do I not bleed? And if you bleed, I love you as just genuinely as a human being. I genuinely love you as a human being, period. I don't care. You can put all these, your political views, your religious views, where you come from. I don't care.
I grew up in Miami. So for me, I mean, I grew up with the story of my grandparents coming from Cuba, leaving that communist, you know, world. They literally had to leave with nothing. My grandfather, my grandmother left with an infant, like months old, and a toddler, like 1.5. They had bottles, like baby bottles, and they hid things inside the baby bottle, like they hid jewelry and things. They weren't allowed to take anything with them. So there was a pocket of time where Fidel was like, okay, you can leave, but you have to leave everything behind.
Yeah. Okay.
They were just hiding things. Like my grandmother's sister hid her jewelry in the doll's head. And the kid was holding the doll on the plane, and like it was like you just pray to God that they don't look, you know, that they think to look. And like literally my grandmother put like her wedding ring in the baby bottle and was praying that he didn't finish the milk before she got on the plane.
Right.
And literally like and my grandfather didn't even leave at the same time because they didn't want to make it like too obvious, like that they were all fleeing. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like no, we're coming back. We're going on a trip.
Vacation.
Yeah. So they got here, and they were all like my entire family, like my grandmother and all her sisters were living in a tiny house that they called La Casa de las Cucarachas. So that's fun. They were they had all the babies sleeping in dresser drawers because they didn't have space, and they needed to like put them places. So they pulled out the dresser drawers and put the babies in the dresser drawers. Wow. They were sleeping on mattresses on the floor. Like that's how my family arrived here.
What a story. Wow. That's
how the majority of people, at least in my family or in Miami that I know, got here. In situations like that, where they were literally like had plucked out of their lives, and they were doing really well in Cuba, had a very nice mansion potentially, and then, you know, plucked out of that, have to start from scratch. you know, and even there, I think, you know, thank God that they had the education that they had, that they were able to do hop into, they knew what to do when they got here to rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
had not been educated people, I don't think that we would have the Miami that we have now.
Sure.
So yeah, Miami is now like has a huge, very well-to-do Cuban population,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a big part of it. I think
Mm-hmm.
like the people that left were well-educated, smart people that didn't want their all of their resources taken by the government.
Yeah.
That didn't want to be in a communist society. That knew that that was not the right, you know, place for their family to grow up and to prosper. So they came here.
You have such an amazing story and legacy to tell, and there's so much from that story that you can just say, I'm so blessed. I'm so lucky to have had the forefathers, the foremothers, to be able to be there, to have the resilience, the courage, and the strength to come over here. I can't imagine how scared they were to start all over.
Yeah. I don't even know. And they all over the place. Like my great grandfather ended up in Guatemala for years because he and the company that he was working for, luckily they were like, okay, we're moving out of here. We're gonna shift our headquarters, and they shifted to Guatemala. So he thankfully had a job.
Yeah.
So he just moved to Guatemala. So that was on my dad's side. They were able to kind of hop over there. But my grandmother was already an adult. She was like, I'm gonna go to the US, I guess, and see what happens. So and then her sister, they wanted her. She went to boarding school in Key West during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh my gosh.
They were trying to get her away and keep her safe, and she ended up in the middle of it.
Wow, how everything unfolds so neatly.
I know, but you know, at the end of the day, we are where we are because of,
Amen.
of their resilience, and because of like, you know, they didn't stop. They kept going, and they kept trying to make themselves better.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm like, if they were able to do this, then there should be no reason that I have anything that stops me from doing what I feel like I can.
Get off your butt. Okay.
Yeah,
look what they did.
Yeah.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, you and I have something in common. It's called ADHD. You brought it up earlier. I was what's up? I was diagnosed in 3rd grade, and for me it was very difficult because in 3rd grade I had to get in a special line to get my medication during the noontime, and everybody, as much as the school tried to hide the special line, everybody knew that you were going to get your crazy medicine, and that's how they referred to it. Oh, look, Jeremy's getting his crazy medication. So thankfully they found and they saw that I needed some help because my attention was all over the place. I was struggling with my education. There was something wrong. He's smart, but why can't he stop moving? Why is he all over the place? Why can't he stop talking?
Yeah, why can't he finish?
And I was very, what's that?
Why can't you like finish your work? Why can't you turn in your assignments? Like,
right. So now I'm asking you, I mean, that was my struggle. And you had said you were diagnosed as an adult. What did that struggle look like for you?
So I think because there's not a lot of research on ADHD in girls.
Yeah.
Right? Like it looks different on girls. Okay. So it's a completely like when everybody looks at ADHD, they assume boy first. And then like you can point it out in a boy because people are more aware of the symptoms in a boy.
Yeah.
But in a girls can mask it better. Girls can regulate better in general. Okay. In general. So I think that sometimes covers up the symptoms.
Yeah.
So I never struggled in the sense that I was failing. Like okay. I had a more difficult time as I got older in school, with school, and like more Yeah, because in the beginning it was all creative. In the beginning it was projects and coloring things and whatever.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
like great at that. I was like, yeah, I can color in the lines. I can my handwriting is beautiful. So in the beginning it was fine, but when it started to like the math, I struggled with math. I struggled. And actually come to think of it, I struggled with reading when I was little. I had to read the same line over and over.
Mhm.
So, but I didn't know that that's why I struggled with
Mhm.
reading. Like now I go back and it makes sense. But at the time it was just like, oh, she's struggling with, she's just, that's normal.
Mhm.
And like my parents just thought, okay, she needs a little, we need to like make her read more. Like let's sit
Yeah.
with her and read a little bit, or let's sit with her and do her homework. Because, I didn't necessarily come home with F's, I
Yeah.
come home with A's and B's, and like a C here and there. I was
Sure.
a fine student. So there wasn't a red flag really to present, with, oh my God, there's something wrong here.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think that because I had that structure of,
Mhm.
of dance and of going
Mhm.
somewhere after school and the outlet of movement and the rigidity almost of I do this and then I do this and then I do this. And I learned that I needed that consistency so I wouldn't have to think about it. It just became routine.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's just part of my routine. And if I stuck with my routine, I was fine. And even through like I took it with me through college, that routine. And I made that structure for myself in college. And when I was in college also, like this, I didn't go to like a normal college. I studied musical theater.
Uh-huh.
So my day was very active. I was in, like, I had obviously, like the history of musical theater and like all of that, those types of classes as well. And I had like the, business of theater and things like that, but then you'd mix it in with an acting class and then a
Sure.
performance class and a dance class in the morning. And then you had rehearsals at night. So your day was booked all the way through, like literally like 8 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m. You are booked. There was no time. And if you had homework, it's like, I got to memorize my lines. I got to do this,
Sure.
this and that. And then I go to sleep and I do it again. So it was there was no space for anything else. Also, hyper focus. Like I love this. So of course I'm in. I'm here. And like I could do this for days without sleeping. Like I have no problem. But that's because I loved it and I wanted something. I had the drive for it. And I think
Sure.
that's the superpower that people don't talk about with ADHD is like
Yeah.
if somebody with ADHD wants to do something, they're going to do it. Nothing's going
Absolutely.
to get in their way.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter if they don't know how to do it. They're going to
Yeah.
figure it out and they're going to do it. I don't know how to write a book, but I'm going to do it.
Amen. Good for you.
So, and I think that's part of it. That's like, don't underestimate it because it's going to get done. And it's probably going to
Absolutely.
get done faster with somebody with ADHD than anyone else. So yeah, that struggle really didn't appear until I was a parent. Like literally when I had a kid, because I didn't have structure. It kept
Okay.
changing.
Yeah.
Every day something would change. Every day
Yeah.
I had to deal with like, okay, I'm trying to keep my structure. I'm really trying to focus in on making sure that my day goes the way it's supposed to go. And then you get a wrench thrown in because the kid is sick, or you get, something's going on. So, or,
Mhm.
whatever. So it just, every time I would try to keep, my whole structure, my whole schedule in place, it would change. And
Oh my
and
gosh.
even in the beginning when they're little, like every month changes. It's like, okay, now I have to feed this. And oh, now I'm feeding like this. Now I'm feeding like this. Now I have to cut things up really, really small and then feed like that. And now I have to do this. And like every couple of months, my life would change.
Yeah.
Just could not keep up with it.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I get that.
that's when it really all kind of like, also I'm sure like there were hormone imbalances and other things going on, and I
Oh my
was,
gosh.
like
Yeah.
there's just so much happening when you're a new parent, that eventually that I went to see somebody and
Good.
and they were like, okay, so let's do a couple things. Let's figure out, there's anxiety here. We gotta figure that out first, because we can't treat this without treating this. And obviously like the anxiety's probably always been there, but as a parent, like as a new parent, it makes it worse,
Yeah.
So they figured that out. And then, then after that, we went back to the ADHD thing, and it's like, okay, do we like now that we're adjusted here, let's figure out how much we need here. And honestly, like, I don't even like taking stimulants that much. I only take it when I really need it, when I know that I have to do literally like sit down work.
Yep.
That is not something that's gonna like be interesting, be novel, be if it's that, then I will take my stimulant and I will do the work and that's it. But for the majority of my life, I don't really need it, because
Right.
I work, like when I teach, I don't need it. When I'm doing a show, I don't need it. When I'm working with the kids in an event, I don't need it.
Right.
When I'm working even to memorize my lines, I don't need it. Like it's truly like just for the things that I find very difficult to do, which is
Sure.
or that do not interest me.
Wait until the kids get into middle school and high school and you have to help them with their homework.
Oh
my gosh.
I'm gonna need it for that for sure.
And the way they changed how to do math, I don't
want to talk about it.
it's like, what? Okay, we don't have to go there. We're not.
Like,
That's a different channel. That's a
so
different time that we can go down. Okay.
I'm so scared for that. I'm like that was a major struggle for me. Luckily, my husband is like loves math, so I'm like,
Good.
that's gonna be you, buddy. That is
Good.
that is
That's all
not.
you.
I can't help past
Well,
this
I
age.
I hope he can adjust, because it's as a child of ADHD, man. COVID killed me. Teaching, helping to keep the kids on track, and it showed me that God did not create me to be a teacher. By no means did God. So I had even more appreciation for those educators who put up with the crap that little Jeremy Como or little Suki Lopez put him through. I mean, I didn't try to put him through hell, but I know I probably did.
Yeah. No, those teachers are amazing people. Like I'm thinking, like, I leave my kid with this person all day. Yeah. And they are doing the busy, difficult thing of educating my kid to be capable of being in the world.
They're doing the Lord's work.
Not just, and it's not even like math and reading. It's like being respectful towards your peers and like being independent. And no, you have to put that away on your own. No, you have to use the restroom on your own. Like that, all of that is super important. And like
Absolutely.
Recess time. That's like, if I was in a playground watching my kid, I would be like on top of them. Like they need to have that recess time at school, because if not, then they don't learn. They don't make those mistakes. They don't do the things that they're supposed to do to learn.
Yeah.
That's, that they don't get into the fights. They don't, and they don't solve their own problems,
Right.
And they don't go to the teacher, I need your help. This person's not listening to me. Like that. They need that.
Absolutely. That social piece is so vital, especially nowadays. Once again, not to bring in the cell phone, but that social piece is so impactful in how you grow and how you communicate. Oh my gosh, parents these days, I tell you, and being one of those parents, I struggle daily. And just to let you know, my wife and I have a child that's on the spectrum, and a child on the spectrum, and he's our middle child, and a dude who has ADHD. And we talk about variables, okay? This is a variable that our oldest son is 31 years old. Our oldest daughter is 29 years old. And you should stop that right now, young lady.
It's more like you don't look like you have a 31-year-old child.
We are grandparents now too. My daughter got married 3 years ago, and they had a little baby girl 2 years ago. But anyways, so I'm thinking, okay, I've done this with a boy. I've raised the girl. I know how to do this. And things alter so quickly.
Oh my God.
Where it's like, every day, my wife and I felt like failures.
Oh, that's
complete failures, because it's like, why isn't this working? What's wrong? And the ADHD, my wife, God bless her, she just really helped wrangle me in and help me get me back on the train tracks. Because again, my train tracks were all over, and I know that you can understand. I know you understand what I'm saying. They were all over the place, wondering, how do I bring this back in?
Yeah, once you get it out of the box, it's really hard to put it back in the box. Like it's like I don't know how to put it back in.
Well, so let me jump into this. You also had the pleasures of joining the Disney Cruise Line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's like one of our dreams to bring our kids on, especially the 11-year-old and the 13-year-old. I don't know if the 16-year-old might get some entertainment out of it, but the other two, it's just like to see the cast members on the stage doing their thing. Tell me about playing Belle. I know that you were also an understudy for Jasmine, but tell me about what that performance looked like. Was it mostly on stage? Was it actually getting out amongst the passengers?
Yeah, so that was my first job, like my first gig as like an adult.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, like this is really cool. It's Disney. Like I know all these songs, so I'm like kind of pumped. And they basically, they have stage performers, and then they have like walk around performers or like face characters, right? So the
Sure.
face characters that you meet, they're different people. The people
Oh, okay.
on stage are not the same princess as the one that you're going to meet.
Gotcha.
Like as the actual character, they're trained differently. Like there's a whole book that they have to like literally. No, I'm not joking. There's a guidebook. There's a height like that you have to be. There's like princess height, mouse height. Like I'm not this is actual terminology, and then they have literally like books on the princess and like this is the vocabulary. This is like the words. This is the world that you're in. So like you can use anything within this world, but you cannot reference anything outside of that world. So
amazing.
If somebody's trying to talk to you about like current events, you have to loop it back to your world.
How it relates.
Yeah.
So you're truly embodying the character.
Yeah. So those people, and like they have full on training that they go through for that. And there's also like positions that they have to like this is Jasmine. Like, like there's like actual positions and poses that you have to hit. Then so on stage, I learned some of them that they wanted me to do on stage because obviously they choreograph things, but I don't have to like go through that whole like improv essentially of like having that conversation with a guest. And we learned 6 shows. So we were on a cruise. We were on a week cruise.
Okay.
So every day was a different show.
Okay.
And most of the time it was 2 or 3 shows a day.
So are you the same so you're a different character all 6 times?
Yes. So my big show was actually I was Nicole. It's actually on YouTube. The whole thing's on YouTube.
Check it out. We'll link that. Okay.
It's called Wishes. It doesn't exist anymore. It's since been cycled out for like a new Rapunzel show or whatever. But like it was on the Fantasy for like when it opened. It was like the new show for the Fantasy. And it's all of these shows are kind of reviews. Like they'll have one book show, which is like Aladdin was like the book show. It was like the Aladdin Spectacular or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I was the banana lady in that. And then I was a genie who did some fouettes in a mask. Yeah. And then so like you had like your track in every show, and then I had my lead, which was Nicole in Wishes. And so that was where I had like, my songs and my lines or whatever. And then I had the other show, which was Believe, where I played Belle, but I was also like I had a track of other characters. I was just Belle in that section where Belle was in Be Our Guest.
Okay.
So like because it's essentially like it's a jukebox musical, right? They're putting different Disney songs together to tell a different story. So I was in that section of that story, but I was also like in the like opening number of something else doing a dance, and then I was also in the chorus of the other thing over there. And then there was a pirate show, so I was a pirate. And then what else? There was an opening show and a closing show. So I was Belle at the closing show doing the wave in the big dress. And that's basically, I was a dancer in the opening, and then I had a little singing solo, and then at the end I was Belle. So you literally like hop into different things.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
Yeah, and then I was a kid in the opening show with a red wig. It was the worst. It was horrible. It was like 2 ponytails like this, red hair, 2 barrettes in the kids club. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was magical.
When you're not on stage and you're on the cruise, and the curtains closed, as we may say.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Everything.
Okay.
I mean, like I would when in the beginning, I was really taking advantage of all the stops. Like, so when you're on the ship cruising, that's when the shows are happening, and at
Mhm.
night. But like when you're at port, you're off.
Yep.
So I would go to the beach. We played a lot of volleyball,
Okay.
of volleyball. We had like a whole league, and then I did a lot of excursions. Like when we went to Mexico, I would do all like the little like go-kart things and the caves, the cenotes, lots of beach time. What else? I mean, I went skydiving in Puerto Rico. That was a breach of contract, but
Wow.
I
Yeah,
did.
I can only imagine why that's a breach of contract, young lady.
Yeah, it was it was only been a breach if I got hurt, and I didn't get hurt, so it was fine.
Well,
But
good.
so yeah, you're not supposed to do anything dangerous that
Of course.
your contract.
Yep.
So, but I was at that point where I was like, I am going nuts. I've been living on a ship for the last 5 months, and if I want to make it through this contract, I need to do something crazy. So I jumped out of a plane.
How long was your contract?
It was 6 months on the ship and 3 months in Toronto to learn the shows.
Wow.
Which has since been, I think, shortened to 2 months, but because we had a new show, they were workshopping it a little bit more, and changing some things. So we needed a little bit more time. So normally it's like a 2-6.
Mm-hmm.
But 6 months on a ship doesn't seem like that long. But when you factor in the fact that you don't necessarily have a day off, you're always at work for 6 months because you're living at work. So you have hours off. You have hours of time that you're off, but you don't have a day off.
Amazing. I get that.
You can go on deck, you can hang out, you can read a book. You know, the crew bar is a blast. They always have crazy parties and fun things to do. Like there's a whole you know how there's like an entertainment like body that like runs all of the entertainment on the ship for like the guests. There's essentially a back end version of that for the crew. That's cool. Sets up events and like sets up basketball games. It sets up whatever. And it's like usually like while the guests are off the ship is when they do the stuff. But it's so they keep you entertained the whole time. But at the end of the day, you have 5 hours off instead of a full day.
Sure. And you know, as Pumbaa would say, home is where the rump rests.
Yes.
So you're not technically home. You're in this makeshift home.
Yeah. So and escaping means like going to a very dark little cabin. So like you can do that, but it's a little hard to do that. It's a little hard to call out sick, you know? It's so, and like mental health day, not really a thing, you know? So
not on ship. No.
For Disney, you also had to do a certain amount of hours as a I don't forgot what it's called. Like essentially taking the characters out to do the greetings, character greeting hours. So like you would have to go out with Mickey or with Minnie or with whatever and be like the bodyguard and like make sure, okay, Mickey's got to go to make a pie now. Bye.
Yep.
The carpet has to get back now. We got to go. Jasmine, here we go. So that was fun because now I know how to talk to the characters. When I'm at Disney, I'm like, oh, Mickey, I love your tie. And Mickey's like,
oh, thanks.
Yeah. And he like, I can get responses out of people because I know I'm like, I'm only supposed to talk to you in your world.
Right.
So,
right.
So it's definitely made me like the cool person for my kids.
The cool person, huh?
I know how to talk to each other. Like you get a lot more out of the characters because you know. But yeah, it is difficult. And even the day that you have no show, you have those things to do. You have other responsibilities. So it wasn't like you were fully off.
Yeah. So speaking of the cool mom, has reality, not reality. I'm trying to figure out how to say this, but what is their impression of mom being on Sesame Street? Have they grasped that this is mom or this is her job?
I think they're starting to grasp it. I mean, I know that like when they see it on TV, they're like, Mom, like that's you. And now it's less that's you and more like my mom's on Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Like now they know. And then the craziest part was when they went to visit me on set. Like I brought them to the set.
Oh,
That was
cool.
incredible. It was so fun. And obviously because I've been there for so long, like, you know, they know my kids, not in person. They had never met because my kids didn't usually come to New York with me, especially in the beginning. Cause it was still like, you had to have vaccines and you had to wear, like you couldn't, it was a closed set for a long time, especially even after COVID, it was a closed set for a long time. So I couldn't bring them until last year, basically. And they, you know, met all the characters. They were on the set and they were like, whoa. So now they think that all of the Sesame Street characters are their best friends, obviously. So
Mia Grover, we're tight, yo.
Yeah. Like they're just like, no, these are like, where's Zoe? Where's, you know, like, like, and they're like literally thinking like, these are my buddies. And like, sometimes like Abby Kadabi will send me videos to send to.
Oh, stop it.
It's adorable. And they love it. And so like they're like, no, we're friends. Mom, let's send a video. Let's send a video to Abby. And I'm like, so they think that they're best friends. So that part of it, I'm like, I don't know how much of this they feel is like just normal. Like it's just normal to be friends with them. Like, doesn't everyone have this relationship with them? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they think that or if they understand that it's something that not everybody really gets an opportunity to do. So I don't know where we're at there yet.
Okay.
I know that they know it's like they think it's amazing and it's special, I guess, but like I don't think that they realize how special.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I think that's something that they're going to pick up on more when later on.
Sure. When they grasp the gravity of.
So not everybody's mom's on Sesame Street.
What? That's weird. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Are you really? Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
I could be. I mean, I feel like I could have been ambidextrous if somebody like if I had just started using my left hand, I might have. But I am right-handed.
Okay. Weird question, I know.
Did you see it? The Jim Henson documentary?
Oh my! Okay, yes, of course I did. Oh my gosh! As soon as it launched, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Amazing. I told my kids, I'm like, this is what Daddy's watching. Are you gonna watch? No, it's okay. It's a documentary. My wife makes fun of me because I'm the documentary man now.
I know. I love documentaries.
Oh my gosh, I do too. I'm a nerd.
I'm a nerd, but I love documentaries. I think I don't know. For me, anytime I'm taking in stuff, I'm like, I want it to be helping me be a better person or inspiring me. I don't want to just like melt into the couch. So like if I'm listening to a podcast, I'm listening to it because like I'm trying to get something out of it. So like I go searching for, I want to learn more about marketing. So I listen to marketing podcasts, or I want to learn more about this thing. So I listen to that kind of podcast.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. I used to, when I was designing, in my lunch break, I would put on TED Talks and I would just like listen.
That's interesting.
The first TED Talk I ever heard was Sir Ken Robinson, and it was about like how schools kill creativity. Did you ever hear that one?
I did not.
You need to hear that one.
Hold on. Ken
insane.
Robbins TED Talk.
Yeah, Ken Robinson or Robbins. Yeah, Sir Ken Robinson.
Sir. Oh, can't miss the sir. He earned that, sir.
Sir. Yeah, he earned that. He talks about also kids having ADHD and learning differently, and it's like, you know, if you have always been, you know, told that you can't do something, you know, like that's not going to help you. And also he talks about Gillian Lynn and the lady who choreographed Cats, and how her mom took her to be, you know, to be checked out. And then the doctor was like, no, there's nothing wrong with her. She's just a dancer. Take her to a dance class.
Nothing.
There's nothing wrong with her. Just take her to a dance class. He's like, and he had so many like big aha moments for me that in that talk about how just kids learn differently, and that you're not stupid.
Amen.
Kids are not stupid. They're creative, and they need a different in.
Okay, so Suki, thank you so much for answering the questions. It's been awesome. You know, to end the segment, we have something we like to call My Kids Got a Pregunta. Now, she's got some heavy hitting questions. Are you ready?
I think so.
All right, I'm going to get her.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
What is a TV series you're currently hooked on?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's not currently like I'm waiting for the next season now, but Shrinking. I love Shrinking. It's so funny and it's so like it's clever. I don't know that you would see it, but because I think it's on Apple TV and it's more like adulty, but I loved it. And I love Harrison Ford, who's actually in that poster behind you. That guy, but he's much older now. But he's in it and he's hilarious in it. So yeah, I think it would be Shrinking.
Nice choice. What are some influencers that helped you shape the person you are today?
Oh my gosh. Well, I would definitely say my grandmother, actually. She was always pushing me to be the most creative version of myself, like whether that was doing art or singing or dancing. Like she recognized my talent and she always pushed me to like learn more about it and do more with it. And even like the drawing stuff, I never like she literally taught me how to like draw things. Like she would break it down for me and sit with me. Like I remember at a restaurant, she would always bring me pens so that I could draw. And to this day, I do that same thing for my daughter because now when we go to a restaurant, I bring her a pen and she just sits and draws. And she wants like, Mom, I want to draw a mermaid. So then I teach her how to draw a mermaid, and that's exactly how my grandmother did it for me. So and like not only that, but she also pushed me to do choir. I didn't know that I could sing necessarily when I was little. She just kind of like heard that I had an ear for the notes, that I knew where to put the note. And then she kind of was like, well, why don't you do choir? Why don't you do this? Why don't you try that? And so without her, I might not have tried a lot of the things that I tried that set me down the path that I'm on now.
Yeah. If you were stranded on an island and you could pick one food category, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, this is hard. This is really hard. I want to say I would pick carbs, like bread and pasta, because I'm like, you could like, if I'm on, this is my thought process. If I'm on an island, that means that there's salt water around me. So I can like get the salt, right? Like I have that. So I can put salt on the pasta and like, now it's like delicious, right? And like you can,
Yeah.
right? Like that, everything else like by itself, I don't know. And I could probably get bananas. You know what I mean? Like I probably get something off of a tree, but
Banana trees, coconut trees.
yeah. So I feel like I would need the carbs. And I could like I could, well, if I had my husband with me, because I'm really bad at fishing, but he could catch the fish, and then I'm good and I have the whole meal. I would be really sad if I couldn't have the whole meal. I really like food.
Yeah.
I really like to eat. And what about you? What would you pick though?
Same as you.
Yeah, you would pick
That
carbs.
sounds really good.
Yeah. I mean, that way you have the whole thing. You have the carbs. There's a banana tree. There's probably a coconut tree. There's probably other random fruits on the island. So yeah, you're good.
Yeah. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Ooh. I have two that came to mind. One of them is flying, because I just feel like that would be so cool. But I think for the sake of like my life, I would love to be able to just like zap places. Like just like poof. Like now poof, now I'm in Paris, or poof, now I'm in, my car, or poof, now I'm somewhere else. But I like I'd be able to poof stuff with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would do that too.
Hug everybody and poof us into like a beach,
Yeah.
Feel like that's good.
If you could own any pet, what would it be?
Oh, it would probably be a dog, because my kids really want a dog. They really want a dog. But like it would like a wiener dog, like like one of those little wiener dogs that are like this with the short legs and like with the little extra fuzzy ones with the really long ears. I think they're so cute.
Yeah, I always wanted a dog too.
Yeah, I think everybody wants a dog.
I got 3 cats.
3 cats. Okay, well, you have pets. You have pets.
Yeah.
I don't know if the dog will go well with the 3 cats. Fight.
One of them acts like a dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. I love cats that are like not cats. Like they don't have
Yeah.
the cat personality. I think they're so funny.
What song is currently stuck in your head?
Golden. From
Yeah.
Demon Hunters. Honestly, all the K-pop Demon Hunter songs are stuck in my head. First of all, everybody that I teach loves them, and they're always asking for them. But also, they're really good. They're really good songs.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite song from that movie?
That's hard.
I know, they're all so good. They're like really good.
I would probably say How It's Done.
Oh, that's a good one. I know.
Yeah.
I don't even like, I think what it sounds like also is so good. It's just like that moment at the end where it's like all comes together. I know the harmonies in that song are so pretty. Oh God. All the songs in that movie are the best.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and the last question, what's a question you haven't been asked, but wanted to be asked?
Question that I haven't been asked, but I want to be asked. Maybe like, what do I want to do next?
Then what do you want to do next?
I don't want to stop. That's for sure. Like, I want to keep going. I definitely I feel like my creative brain wants to keep creating in any way I can. So any opportunity that I see, I'm gonna take, and any door that opens, I'm gonna walk through. So at the moment, I'm trying to write a book. So that's that's what I'm doing next, or trying to do next. But I like podcasting. Like, I like this. I'm like, maybe I do a podcast. Maybe I start a YouTube channel. Maybe like produce more stuff on my own, like create on my own. Because I like creating. So I think that's probably what I would do next.
Thank you for listening to Pass Forward Now. If you enjoyed the content, please like, subscribe, and share it with others that you feel it would impact. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate your support. Well, I'm excited to... What in the world are you doing?